Welcome. Today we got something special. This beautiful 2011 BMW Z4. This is the sDrive30i, featuring a wonderful naturally aspirated inline 6, 3-liter inline 6, pumping out 255 horsepower. In my opinion, if you're going to get an older BMW, that is the engine to get. They had a bigger engine available, a twin power turbo inline 6 with 300 horsepower, fantastic engine. But the turbo, any turbocharged engine, and especially the BMW one, can have issues. You can have some issues with the turbo and stuff like that. And then when you have forced induction on an engine, that's gonna, stress a little bit more. Working that engine harder and stuff like that. So I think just for longevity, reliability, the 3-liter naturally aspirated engine in this thing is the one they get. It's not a very big vehicle. With 255 horsepower, this thing is very, very quick. It's not that much bigger than a Miata, so picture a Miata of 255 horsepower in a V6. This thing is awesome to drive. And BMW, they're the absolute masters of inline 6 engines. They've been making them for decades, and decades. And this thing is just absolutely blissfully smooth. I love the way it revs, and the inline 6 engine, it just has such smooth power delivery, so linear. You hardly feel any vibrations at all. We'll take it for a little quick spin once I'm done doing a little walk around. This one recently came in on trade. It actually belonged to one of our ladies who works in our office, who works in titling. She loved this car, but all of a sudden we happened to get a 2022 BMW M4 competition convertible, which caught her heart, and so she talked to her significant other, and they agreed to trade this one in and buy that M4 competition. So she's got a nice, awesome BMW M4 competition. Otherwise, she probably would have happily kept this. She always talked about how much she loved this car. So if you're in the market for a nice luxury convertible on the pre-owned market, this is definitely one to look at. Very well cared for, beautiful shape. This one has 61,786 miles. It has a retractable hardtop, so it's like 2 cars in one. With a soft top, you have some limitations. You have poor, noise insulation. The tops can get damaged and stuff like that. So when you put the top up, it looks like a little 2-door roadster, or I shouldn't say roadster, a little 2-door sports car, hardtop sports car. Then with a push of a button, it transforms into a 2-door drop top. Beautiful leather interior, power and heated front seats, electronic parking brake. We have a drive mode selector. Great sounding audio system, automatic climate control. It's 95 degrees out, and I can tell you the AC blows ice cold, and I don't even have it on max. Feels really nice in here. Normally there'd be an optional navigation here, but here you have a storage compartment. Honestly, a navigation system from 2011 is not going to be that great, so I'd rather have the storage at this point. Nice leather up steering wheel, and then you have a steering wheel paddle shifter, so you can take control of the forward gears. Yeah, let's go on the outside and take a little look around. I think we're gonna have at least another month of nice, beautiful weather, maybe more. So it's still not too late to enjoy some wonderful topless driving in a lovely BMW Z4 like this. Really beautiful styling on the Z4. BMW did an amazing job. At this point, I think the Z4 has been out for about 2 or 3 years. The Z4 is basically a redesigned version of the Z3. I have some great memories of the Z3. Actually was at the BMW dealership. I used to be a member of the BMW Car Club of America along with my grandfather. I remember we were at the BMW dealership looking at one of the first Z3s to come out. And such awesome cars. I love the Z3s, and the Z4s are a little bit bigger, a little bit more refined. There's that amazing gem of an engine, that lovely inline 6, 255 horsepower, butter smooth, very, very reliable. One of the best inline 6-cylinder engines, or 6-cylinder engines I should say, you can get in the United States. It's an amazing engine. The Z4 is very nicely styled. Even though this is a 2011, it doesn't look dated at all. It still holds up today. It looks absolutely beautiful. So you have a decent sized trunk. So you have this partition right here, so you can put it in the up position to maximize your cargo space. And when it's up, it won't let you put the top down, so you don't have to worry about damaging your top or anything that's in here. When you want to use a top, you put the partition in the down position. So this area right here, this is reserved for your cargo, so you can still use that for cargo space on a road trip. And then the rest of the space is reserved for the top. So let's put the top down. Really easy to use. You have a button right here, up and down, so I'll put it down. Takes about, I don't know, 10 seconds for it to go up and down, pretty fast. And now it's transformed into a beautiful drop-top convertible. There you have it. Picture yourself sitting in that driver's seat, enjoying some beautiful topless driving. What a wonderful day to do it. I have the AC on, the top down, fresh air, still comfortable with that AC. I would take this to the Oregon coast or Mount Rainier National Park. Some wonderful curvy roads. Let's take it for a little spin and see how nice it drives. All right, what a beautiful day to drive a convertible. I really do miss my Miata, but at the time, when I owned my only convertible I ever owned, a Miata, it was my only vehicle, and not very practical. Obviously, it's possible to have a vehicle like this as your only car, but this thing is much better as a weekend fun car than have a little commuter vehicle that you can mile up and do wear and tear on and keep this thing nice and low miles for the special days like this. Man, it's so nice out. I wish I could just play hooky for the rest of the day and take this thing on a nice drive somewhere beautiful. Unfortunately, I got more work to do. So really quiet and comfortable. Even though I'm 6'2", I fit very comfortably in this car. With my Miata, when the top was up, my head would hit the top of the cloth top. Here, I have plenty of headroom. My head's not hitting the top of the roof when it's in the up position. It's a really nice suspension, even though the suspension's pretty stiff going over these speed bumps. It's not too bad, not too jarring. BMW knows how to set up suspensions. They can make them comfortable, but they also can make them relatively firm and excellent for performance driving, cornering, and stuff like that. This one kind of features the best of the both worlds. But you know, it's, I guess if you compare it more towards like a Boxster, which would be a pretty big competitor to the Z4, even though it's a mid-engine vehicle, this is front engine. The Boxster is kind of more towards the sportier end. The Z4 is kind of more towards the luxury comfort end, if you're kind of curious, maybe if you're comparing them. So if you want something more towards a comfortable luxury end, don't get me wrong, this thing is still very sporty. I would check out the Z4. If you want more of a pure sports car, then check out the Boxster. I love the way these inline six sound. It has a very distinctive sound, a nice kind of bassy rumble. It also sounds really nice too when you get it revving to the higher RPMs. Very quiet and comfortable, not no squeaks and rattles. Obviously, when I get on the highway, I'll probably be a little bit too noisy to hear me talk, but at the low speeds, it's not too bad. Nice and tight steering. Yeah, just a wonderful, it's just such an easy car to get in and drive. Visibility is really nice. So even like at 30, 40 miles an hour, wind noise is not too bad. You can still have a nice conversation. Obviously it's going to get a little bit noisier once we get on the highway around 60 miles an hour. Let's put the drive mode selector in sport mode. Sport, Sport Plus. Any hard acceleration on the freeway, unfortunately, because there's a car in my way, but acceleration is very brisk. This thing is very quick. Obviously it feels like it has every bit of 255 horsepower. Obviously, if you're maybe an all-out speed demon, then maybe you might want to seek out the 300 horsepower turbo version. But like I said, I think this engine's going to be more reliable and have less issues than the turbo variant. That's just my opinion. This thing is just wonderful around corners. Hardly any body roll. You can just whip this thing around corners. Well, that sums up our little spin in the Z4. Hopefully you found it interesting and informative, regardless if you're interested in this specific vehicle or just looking for information in general. Thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you soon and have a wonderful day.